Hello everybody, welcome to the French Grand Prix. So, this time, Nigel Mansell is the guy on pole. So he gave a challenge to Mclaren in Mexico. It didn't come off ultimately, but he's got another chance here to try to at least get in between those two McLarens who have had, since their double retirement from the opening round in Phoenix, 4 1-2s in the next 5 races. And they won the race that was missing as well, even though Berger, I think, finished 4th in that race in Monaco. But, so, McLaren, realistically, we think they're going to have the pace to challenge Mansell, but the fact that there is somebody ahead of them gives some hope. And, you know, Mansell was competitive in Mexico, and Prost is up in the mix this time around as well. So, Ferrari will have hopes that they can get some sort of result today, even if it's not the win. But McLaren will obviously be trying for that 1-2, as per usual. Capelli in the Leytonhouse, he's starting 7th. That's an outstanding performance from him. A little note that Nannini is back up in the top part of the grid, having dropped back to 14th in Mexico, and he is comfortably ahead of his teammate Nelsonpiquet. This is, I think, supposed to be the every other race where Benetton are good, but Piquet is going to find it a bit difficult to be good from that far down. We shall see. Alesi back in 13th from the Tyrrell, has been qualifying a lot better than that this year, so there is definitely going to be some disappointment at Tyrrell around that result, and Alesi not that far in front of his teammate Nakajima this time around. Derek Warwick in the Lotus and Martin Donnelly, they once again nose to tail with each other, but their performance has dropped. They've been 11th and 12th for most of the previous races, well 16th and 17th here today, not particularly great for them. Berger, I believe, is ahead of Senna again on the grid, so it's another chance for gerhardberger to close in that 6-point gap again. So, but where does Nigel Mansell fit in that? He could certainly have some influence in the way the championship fight goes today, even if he is not the one winning it. Looking down the grid still, Martini, Minardi, they've had a poor performance. Minardi have had some good races, haven't they? Some good qualifyings where they've been comfortably sort of in the top 10. Obviously that one front row in Phoenix, but here, yeah, they have dropped well back down the grid. So here we go then, Nigel Mansell on pole, looking forward. He's got gerhardberger to his right, Ayrtonsenna behind Berger, and then alainprost. This is hopefully going to be a really good race. Let's see what happens. Mansell is away. He's away quite well, but Berger is away well too, and so is Senna. And, well, there we go. Berger having a look down the inside of Nigel Mansell as they come into turn 1. Berger's going to be determined to take that. Is he going to get it? Yes. Comfortably inside the Ferrari. And Prost gets ahead of Senna as well. There's a yellow flag further back that Prost gets ahead of Senna. So, McLaren do have the lead, but for Ayrton Senna this is going to be even more difficult. And, as things stand, if they were to finish like this, Berger would pull the World Championship level. Senna, though, is under pressure from Nannini at the moment. And are Senna's late race problems from Mexico continuing here? Well, we shall see. But he has got back ahead of Nannini for now, but Nannini is at least keeping pace. Mansell is trying to find a way back past Berger. He doesn't want it to be a case of McLaren gets into the lead, McLaren waltzes away, and Mansell is certainly having a look, and Prost is also in the mix here, and Senna, of course, you can never count Senna out, but Prost having a little look at Nigel Mansell, but Mansell holds him off, and will continue to push forward as Berger leads them through towards the end of lap 1. Mansell in second, Prost, Senna, Patrese is up there, and Nannini has dropped back, must have made a mistake, we didn't see it, but Nannini has dropped back. Patrese in a 5th, and Capelli in the Leytonhouse, now up in the 6th place. Senna has got a run at Prost. Will he be able to reclaim that 3rd position? He's having a look at it. We know that McLaren is still the quickest car out there, but Ferrari being competitive this weekend, that's a great thing to see. Mansell has a little look at Berger, but Gerhard would fend off comfortably, and Senna goes through on Prost. Senna into 3rd, and Prost runs out wide. Senna runs him out wide, and Patrese's going to have a go at Prost now. And Patrese is up in the 4th place. So, well, Prost, he's been having a difficult run of it since his winning the opening round, hasn't he? And continues to be difficult at home here today. Drops down to 5th place. His teammate up in 2nd, still battling with those McLarens for the win. But now we have the same top 3 as we had for most of the race in Mexico. In a different order because Mansell is ahead of Senna this time. He's got a chance to attack Berger. Mansell is really going for it. We questioned if Nigel Mansell was too aggressive in Mexico. He said, no, I did what I had to do, and it just didn't work out. But Mansell is slip a little bit wide there, and Senna gets to have a look. But that's what happened with Prost around the last lap, but Mansell fended that off, so Berger continues to lead as we come towards the end of lap 2, and Mansell still there. Patrese running a little bit wide. Prost might get a run back at him, doesn't quite. Patrese holding on to that. Nannini is back up into 6th place, so running quite well. Bernard and larrousse up into 7th. Larrousse up with some points. Capelli has dropped back to 8th, and Piquet still in 9th. No progress on his qualifying at all, unfortunately, for Nelson Piquet. So really off form and off colour here. Mansell having a little look at Berger, and Mansell's trying to take it, but Berger pulls back into the lead, and Mansell has to get back online quickly to make sure that he can stay ahead of Ayrton Senna. But this is fast becoming pretty much a 5 or 6 way fight for the victory, isn't it? Because Patrese and Prost have closed in as those 3 at the front continue to squabble. And Berger now leading through into the tight right-hand sweep. Mansell still behind him, and Senna is trying to get a look here. Senna's having a look at Mansell, and Mansell fends the attack off. He does not want to end up behind Ayrton Senna. He knows just how difficult it will be to get back ahead of that Mclaren should he let him through. And Mansell is not game for that today. He's game for trying to attack gerhardberger, who is still leading with coming towards the end of the 3rd lap of 4 here in Paul Ricard. And Berger continuing to go. Prost having another look at Patrese in the background. Here comes Berger running around, and Senna's got another run at Mansell, and Patrese runs wide, and Prost is going to get through, is he? No, Patrese holds on. Patrese holds on. He is still in position there. So Senna still trying to get a run on Nigel Mansell as Berger comes down, and there you can see the life of Giacomelli coming out of the pits, and Berger's into him! I don't believe it! Berger stuffs it into the life of Giacomelli, who is now holding up Ayrton Senna, and we'll have a look back to see Berger's wrecked car. That hasn't happened, but Giacomelli is defining everything. Prost has hit him as well. Oh my word, what is going on here in France in the final lap? But it's given Nigel Mansell the lead. Berger out. What a massive play to Berger's title hopes. But it's given Nigel Mansell the lead and the chance to take his first, not just his first victory, his first podium of the season. He's been trying for them, he's been unlucky, but this time Nigel Mansell is there. He's got a clear advantage because Senna was delayed by Giacomelli. Prost was delayed by Giacomelli. Who would have thought that a life could have such an impact on a race this year? Patrese leading, Bernard up in the 5th in the larrousse, and Piquet, we said he made no progress, he's finally benefited. He's into the points. Wow, what a Grand Prix. What a change, one ending. Senna trying to close in on Mansell, but Mansell is comfortable now, and surely this will be it. This will be the first win for Ferrari since Phoenix. First win for Nigel Mansell all season. There we go. Nigel Mansell wins the French Grand Prix. Ayrton Senna finishes in 2nd place. And Alain Prost comes across the line to get himself on the podium in 3rd. But what an absolute tragedy for gerhardberger. Straight into the back of Bruno Giacomelli's life. I think it's picked up some damage, come into the pits, come out again, and right onto the line. And was it Giacomelli sort of putting on the line, or was it Berger's for just trying to hammer down, and he should have switched over straight away? Well, I guess you'll have to re-watch it and be the judge on that one. But that is how the race has ended. And what a race it was, especially those closing stages. Totally shuffled the order. Giacomelli getting in the way of the other drivers as well once Mansell had passed him. Well, Nigel Mansell wins the Grand Prix for Ferrari. Finally, a bit of luck for Nigel in 1990. Ayrton Senna, 2nd in the McLaren, extending his championship lead from 6 points to 12, doubling it. This gives Senna a massive advantage in the World Championship now. A great chance to get away from his teammate. Alain Prost finishes 3rd, so 2 Ferraris on the podium. And what a difference a couple of weeks makes from that Mexican Grand Prix where, through one reason or another, they finished 9th and 11th. What a turnaround from Ferrari. Riccardo Patrese, 4th in the Williams. He's sort of always featured, but that car never really had the pace compared to the others, did it? But reasonable from Patrese, brought home some good points. Ericbernard, 5th in the larrousse. Great performance from him, and great for larrousse to get some points on the board. And the same for leytonhouse in 6th. Ivancapelli coming back through. Piquet was in that position, but he made a mistake and he dropped back behind Capelli and Boutsen, who Boutsen just seemed a bit off colour all weekend, didn't he? Couldn't really get into the sort of territory he needed to get into. So beaten by the leytonhouse, and Capelli finishes 6th, having qualified 7th and been strong all weekend. So Yeah, absolute heroics from Ivancapelli. Really well done. Nannini, we believe, dropped out of the race in the end. So a quick look at the championship standings then. Senna leads on 45 points. Berger second now, 12 behind on 33. Then it's Prost on 23. Piquet on 16. Mansell also on 16. Boutsen on 13. Patrese on 10. Constructors, Mclaren 76. Ferrari up to 39. Williams 23. Benetton 18. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Take care.